Morning, folks. Yeah, it's that asshole again. Anyhow, folks, welcome to my church. You may say that's a weird way for Ted to start out a video. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. Let me give you just a little brief up on what's been going on with me. In case a lot of you haven't heard, I've made a lot of changes. I guess probably the one that concerns people the most is the fact that I decided to abandon Christianity and become a pagan. Yeah, before you think I'm bullshitting, here's some sort of joke. No, that's the realistic part of it. I had to decide whether I was going to let Christian morals shit on people who I knew were good people who were important to me. I had to decide whether I had to let Christianity take whatever I offered the church and redistribute it in a way that I wasn't very fond of, for things that I wasn't very fond of. And to be honest, the church is all about politics and money now. So instead, when I make an offering to my gods, it goes to them. There's nobody between me and them. Straight to them. They get to decide how they make use of it. So, as I said, this is my church. These woods are important. This is where I grew up. This is where I learned to hunt, learned to stalk, I learned facts about life. I learned life isn't always pretty. Life isn't always easy. Talk about life not being easy. First time you come up on a deer that you've got shot and you got to finish off, or you know you got a mess to clean up. That's it. Now, before I hear all this nonsense about, oh, well, you're just evil. No, what you got to understand, growing up, we counted on this land a lot. We lived off this land. 8 deer, 8 squirrel, 8 rabbit, 8 groundhog as a kid. I can remember taking a groundhog. Neighbor had one up a tree. She was all upset, and I went and shot it out of the tree for her. And me and some of my buddies went camping. We wrapped her in aluminum foil, threw it in the fire. We farted around doing whatever it was we were doing. After a couple hours, we pulled the old groundhog out, and it was very good. So we lived off this land. This is how we survived. This is a simpler time. And at some point in my life, after being a soldier, doing security contracting, doing all sorts of nonsense, I abandoned this place. I really did. I quit coming out here. And a lot of changes in your life. Failed marriages, failed relationships you should have known better than getting yourself into. Anyhow, I'm 59 years old now, so it's time for a change. I can't keep doing the same shit expecting a different result. So I quit coming to the woods. I quit being active. Set my ass on the couch, watch TV, played on the phone, played on the computer. I go out and do stuff in the woods. Not my woods. I go out, reenact, do different things, mess with the military trucks, do whatever. And I've had a lot of changes in the last couple years. Anybody who knows me knows my deal, knows I've had a lot of changes, a lot of setbacks in my life. Well, I kind of figured at 59, this is it, dude. I'm either going to get in better shape, mentally, physically, or I'm going to die a lot younger. Now, that never bothered me. Never did, really. Of course, I got young kids, but it didn't bother me. I knew they'd be okay. I knew they were being raised to be strong boys. My older kids, well, I've actually wrote them off. They're toxic. They don't belong in my life. A few other people in my family I've written off. For good reason. I don't need them. Because they were more trouble in my life than what they were worth. They added nothing of value and caused nothing but drama. So, I'm trying to get my life together. I'm trying to heal physically, trying to heal spiritually, mentally, and I'm working on it. I'm working on it. You know, this place is important, and I kind of abandoned it. You know, one day I woke up amongst family, people who were supposed to be family and friends, and realized I was alone. Now, it always took a lot of benefit in solitude. I liked being alone. Suddenly, I didn't like it anymore. I had to start asking myself what changed. Was it me? Had I changed? Had the world changed? Question was, yeah, pretty much all of the above. I've changed. The world's changed. I grew up in a different time with a different idea, different set of values. The world now doesn't share a lot of the same values I did. I don't share a lot of the same values I used to have. And one reason I decided to become a pagan. My values, my life, it's going to be a lot more tied to nature. You know, I'm out here on this January morning, no hat on, 40 couple degrees. Hell, it's a good day. Can't complain. The thing is, I told you I felt alone and wasn't happy about it. And I was with people. You see, I'm out here this morning by myself. But I'm not. My gods walk beside me. My ancestors walk beside me. You know, I've told people, and they look at me like I'm nuts, and I quite possibly am. I've talked to people who've been dead for 35 years. Friends of mine who I've lost. People I knew in the military who I've lost. I talk to them. Let them know what's going on. Say hi. And let them know they're not forgotten. So those folks are with me. I just never paid attention. And they're always just there, just out of sight. But they're with me, and I know that. So I'm not alone. And I know when I pass, I'll be remembered. Maybe for good reasons, maybe for bad reasons, but shit, I'll be remembered. So anyhow, Good Friday, the day named after Freya. She was a goddess of lust, sex, fertility, all sorts of good shit. You study about her, she's a very interesting goddess. She had her own hall for fallen warriors. She got a pick of the fallen warriors. Not every fallen warrior went to Valhalla. So, anyhow, folks, have a good Friday. Have a good day. Live yourself a good life.